What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up, guys?
What's up, P? What's
Hey,
up, Tim?
good evening, gentlemen. How are you doing?
Very well.
Pretty good. Mr. P is always in the corner of his the Dark Knight studio.
In my car. Very
All right.
comfortable. I can sleep here.
Yeah,
Have
I'm
you
about to get the camping set right for ES6. They just roll out the new ES7 and ES6 Neo Life, the camping set. So I think I'm getting one.
Like for sleeping in the
That's
car,
nice.
or
Yeah, it's just the
Yeah,
air
you,
mattress,
you can sleep in the car, yeah.
custom fit. Yeah.
okay? Nice.
We try to get that one. Yeah. Okay. So I hope that everyone hear us okay. Greetings to all. Yeah. Do let us know if you hear everyone here, Eric, Mr. P, and myself. The sounds and everything's okay. Do comment where you're listening from, as usual, and we give it just like a few moments before we get it started. Yeah. Oh, we already saw some of the comment. Hi, Frank
Hello, Frank.
and น้องปัญญวัฒน์ Hi ครับ สวัสดีครับ
Hello.
Oh, wow. Okay. Welcome back.
Everybody's here.
Yeah, everybody's here. Yeah. Do comments. If you have any any issue, comments, questions, and everything, feel free to write it down and send it over. Yeah.
And also let us know if the sound and everything's okay.
Yeah. If the sound is good. We always have to like confirm before, because sometimes when we set up the microphone and everything, each of us has a different kind of setup. So you may hear me, but maybe sometime not hearing Mr. P or Eric or vice versa. But hopefully everyone here hearing us okay. Yeah?
Perfect.
Ooh, all
That's
right.
Good.
Perfecto. All right. Okay, sound is good. All right. Hey, man, we are talking about NIO. Why Samsung, man? There's a big news, right? The Samsung S24 series just launched like late last night, right? And yeah, the AI is pretty smart. I hope that Nomi one day would do the same. Like it can translate the like my crappy Chinese to English or other way around. Huh? That'd be good.
Yeah,
okay. I didn't. Yeah.
That was in Germany when I had the ET7. That was in a little village, and it was very cold. I thought today we might talk about some cold weather stuff, so that's why I put it up there. But we might not get to
Nice.
that this time.
Yes.
Right. So.
We'll be talking about the cold weather stuff, and our guest tonight is pretty special. Yeah. We will
Yeah, we got a special guest.
Yeah, we got really special guest tonight. So right. So everyone, if you are watched from our YouTube channel, do feel free to share around. And good news to everyone who watch from our Facebook page, we are now can live straight from the page as well. So do follow there if you do use Facebook. That'd be great and help supporting us as well. All right.
What's the name of the Facebook page? Is it the same?
Exactly the same name. Yeah. You can type Blue Sky Coming, the NIO podcast. You find that with the same logo. So if someone try to copy us, then do let us know.
Impossible to copy us.
Yeah, I mean, they wouldn't copy us.
We're too good.
All right. So Eric, maybe we're okay to go with the intro and stuff.
Let's get right into it. Welcome back, everybody, once again to the Blue Sky Coming unofficial NIO podcast, unaffiliated, all that stuff. We're going to jump right into it. As always, I'm Eric, one of your hosts.
I'm Mr. P, and this.
And I'm Ting. So we three are the three musketeers.
That's right. And we're going to have a fourth musketeer. We're going to introduce him in just a second. He is a fellow YouTuber. He's also a fellow NIO owner. So he's a very special guest. We're going to bring him out right now, Ting, or?
All right. So yeah. I welcome Frankie into the stage. Hey, good evening, Frankie.
Hi,
how are you doing?
To everyone. It's Frank here, German guy, living in Suzhou 12 years, and I'm driving NIO since 5 years now. Actually, it's exactly 5 years ago when I bought my first ES8.
Yeah.
You were one of the
And
first ever.
Yeah. No, so I was gonna say your ES8 is like special edition too, right? Like,
Yes, in 2019 they have the Founders Edition, 10,000 cars, and I was number 8,178. So
Wow.
everything in what you can have. And
And you're
now
still
I
driving
drive
that car.
ET7. Yeah, I still have this car. I have two cars. Actually, the ES8 is driven now by my girlfriend, and I drive the ET7 since almost 2 years now. I was one of the first owners of ET7, and I got it in 28th of April in 22.
Wow. Fantastic.
And soon to be the first few owners of ET9 too, I heard. So y'all got the good stuff, Frankie. We all envy you.
Yeah, we will see. At least it's pre-ordered. I hope so.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
Looks-
can have
looks-
3 cars. You need to let go one of them, or how what's the plan?
No. I will sell the ET7 if I will get the ET9. This is
So you
clear.
placed
My
the order.
ET7.
You placed
Yeah,
the
I
order
placed the
at
order,
NIO
yeah.
Day. At NIO Day, right?
In the first 5 minutes, yeah, when it was announced, you can order from now on in the app. So I opened the app and I placed the order.
So
Wow.
hopefully William Lee will hand deliver your car to you.
Yeah, we will handle. What you said? Handle.
I said hopefully
Hand deliver.
Like
Yeah, I
William
hope
would,
so.
would personally
promise-
deliver the car to you.
The promise is 2025, first quarter. The delivery will start. So I hope, or I guess this time it will be okay. Because it was very strict announced, and I think it should be on time. Whatever, I have a lot of fun with ET7. I can also wait a little longer. Kilometer-wise, I already have 340,000, I think, 86,000 now with my ET7. And with my ES8, I have 160 plus kilometers. And I was almost everywhere in China. And in my app record, you can see 121 cities now, what I visit with NIO cars.
Wow.
It's a great record, I think. Our Xinjiang is still not in it. It's still missing. So I have
Which one's
to go
missing?
a little bit.
Xinjiang.
Oh, Xinjiang. Okay, Xinjiang.
Yeah. I want to wait for the 150 kilowatt battery to go there.
Yeah, we talked about that on the show, right? We talked about driving all the way to Xinjiang with the battery. I think we talked about it.
Yeah, sure. We talked about, and I think it's an amazing plan to go there. I think from Suzhou, 4,000 kilometers. Almost 4,000 kilometers to Urumqi, and for sure there's a little more to go there.
That'll be an awesome trip. It'll be a crazy journey. I hope you put that up on your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm posting not so much, and it's always in German because there are some guys they appreciate when they get some German content. But I try in future when I do the cutting to extract the audio and then make the subtitles in English.
Oh,
So
that's
this
nice.
would be better, I think, for more audience. So, but
Yeah.
I have not so many time because I have a lot of work to do, and then I have so many footage. I have thousands of videos. I think 11,000 videos in my iCloud, and 100,000 pictures in the last 10 years. But I'm not able to cut it.
Wow.
Tomorrow we will have a video in WeChat. Actually, it will be about the journey to Harbin, and today in my WeChat channel I also checked one for NLP driving in city now.
So can I just say, Frankie, I really like your channel because you don't have a whole bunch of extra fluff. You just show the car and the capabilities of the car and the technology, which is really, really, I think, unique to the NIO community on YouTube. So I appreciate your channel.
Because
Go ahead.
I'm an engineer, and I always go straight ahead to technology. Can you hear me? Because you are
Yeah. Can hear you.
Yeah,
So
and your channel is Watatoy. We just need to put that out there. We need to share that with everybody. WATA.
Yeah, WATATOI.
That's right. Yeah. Somebody type that in the comments because I can't seem to do it. So today we want to talk about why you chose NIO over BBA, right? So have you you guys have any questions you want to ask specifically about that, Ting or P, or you just want to tell us your story, Frankie?
I guess first question to start things off, how and when did you learn about NIO? And can you share your whole story since the beginning?
If you want to listen to this, I can tell you exactly how it's happened. Excuse my English a little bit. It's not the best English because I learned it very late when I come to China, really to talk in English. It's like this. I drove Passat here 5 years. I think from 2014 to 2018, and then this was a leasing car from Shanghai. VW leasing. This is really existing. A friend of mine, he had his wife worked for Microsoft, and she really gave me the opportunity to have a VW leasing car here in China. And later I was thinking I should have a own car, and then I wanted to change. The leasing was not able to, as I could not extend the leasing after 5 years. In December 2018, I was looking for some new cars. So I was thinking about this Volkswagen Fidion with cool with fridge inside and something like this. It's based on the chassis from Audi actually. And in former years, I drove a lot of Audi TT, for instance, and something in Germany, and Audi A6, and I was a big Audi fan always. And then I saw I didn't find a right car, and the Tesla was too expensive in this time for me. I was thinking Tesla too expensive, otherwise I would maybe try it. But I want to have an electric car because I'm, as a chief of technology, I'm always like a update junkie, and also I want to have always the new technology, and I want to just check it out, what's happened. Even I'm a petrol head. I'm actually also a little bit a racer. And I saw in my neighborhood here ES8, and I thought, oh, this car looks good. What is this car? I have no idea. When I was younger, this will never happen. I know always about any car. Okay, I asked some guys in my company. They said, there's a shop in Suzhou, but this is nothing good, but you can try it. So I went there. I got a telephone number. This my fellow today still is very good speaking guy. Raymond is his name, or Wang Meng in Chinese. And he told me, do you have time tomorrow? I said, yes. I'll come over. We do a test drive. So I just made the test drive, and that's it. Because after test drive, there was no way to not buy this car. Because it was so amazing when the performance to feel how it's going on with 650 horsepower peak and four-wheel drive. So he drove out of the basement, and I was thinking, for a Chinese guy, it's already a lot. So we tried some streets here where's no camera, could also speed up a little bit. Yeah, then he told me also there's a way to change the battery, and this was always my dream. I never understand why there's no battery change system. Why they put the battery in the car and don't exchange. We have this system already. When I was a kid, also in the school, we must all 14 days to go to some company and work for some hours. So they have the electric cars in the workshop, and they always take the battery out in the night and charge it and then put it in on the next day. So this was actually always my understanding of car exchange, at least for fleets or something. So I was totally impressed from this idea, from the performance of the car. The car was very good looking. So I must buy a ES8. 10 days later, I got the ES8 on my door on the street.
Wow.
I still have my Passat in this time, but 2 weeks later, I must give my Passat back. Everything is fine. So I have ES8 from actually from 24 or 23 of 2019. I got it.
So you got it 10 days after you ordered it?
Yes, because the car was already produced. This was somebody ordered this car. They have a bunch of cars because he told me if I order a car exactly what I want, it should be delivered in April. And I was thinking I need the car immediately. So then he told me we have some cars. They are configured. Some guys order it, but it didn't come. They didn't buy it. And one car was exactly what I want, and this was all most of them founders models, so everything inside, even autopilot. In this time, there was even no autopilot software on the car, but it's all in. So you have the biggest rims, you have all the luxury things what you can have for this car, and so this is the story. And
So you went from Audi, Frank, and being a petrol head to NIO, and any regrets on that so far?
No, actually, absolutely not. I'm really a little bit surprised by myself. I never regret it, and it's amazing for sure. Sometimes I also have some complaints because in the beginning we have 120 battery change stations, and they are not open 24 hours like now, and you need also a lot of charging, or maybe the charging is actually charging points you have enough in China from beginning, but you need sometimes try 3 connectors or plug in before one it works pretty good. And also in this time, my first battery I bought, it was a 70 kilowatt hours battery. You can believe a 2.5 tons car, even it's aluminium. Actually, it's 150 kilo lighter than the e-tron what come in this time also on the market, and it's bigger. It's a 7-seater. It's like a Q7 from the size, and actually you can maybe drive 260 kilometer in my driving style because I drive always a little more fluid. So it was a great experience, but sometimes you are really also think, oh my God, yes, you need a charge here. The charger doesn't work, but in the map they say it works. But this is all history because now it works so pretty nice. You have 2,350 battery change station, and you just go. I even don't take a new battery when I start some journey. I just go and looking where's the next one. It's amazing. And then I change my battery. Now I have always a 100 kilowatt hour battery in the car. When ET7 is also better, don't need so much consumption. So with ET7 in the summertime, I already achieved 3 times 530 kilometers. But then you cannot drive 130 on the highway, so you can maybe drive not much over 100.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need
Wow.
more? Please ask something.
That's fantastic, man. So, so you're super satisfied with these cars, and so I want to ask you, like, compared to all the other EVs that are on the market right now, like, would you say that NIO is still way better than the other guys, and the other guys are not worth looking at, or would you say that those guys are catching up, or how would you what's your opinion about the EV market in general? NIO versus the competitors?
Yeah, I try something like Xpeng or also the new Avatar. I would say they are catching quite good up from design. Mostly they are a little bit too small for me to sit in. From driving experience, not too bad. But I have the feeling NIO is always a little some higher level. It's a little bit more, a little higher than middle class, I think. It's for me, it's a premium car because you have so many things and four-wheel drive and a lot of performance. The most cars cannot have the same, or don't have the same performance than NIO. And I'm a really addicted to a performance. This is so nice feeling. You just touch the pedal and it goes just forward. It's like take off with a plane. No? It's amazing. And
That's why you want the
drive,
ET9.
Yes, but ET7 is already amazing. It's I've measured is 3.5 seconds. It's
Right, but the ET9 is
I
like
think.
a private jet, right? And the sky ride suspension. But go on, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, yes, the suspension and many things will be also totally unique. Also fly-by everything. They have a suspension. They have a wire-by-fly and fly-by. No, stop it and talk again. They have a steering by wire. They have suspension by wire, and they have, like William Lee said in the NIO day, they will have brake by wire. This is the first time ever there's a brake by wire. Actually, automobile supplier, they're talking a long time about electric brake by wire, but it's not achieved now. It's all still hydraulic and mechanical connected. So I'm really, how to say it, really looking forward to sit in this car and then back steering, you know, amazing. I drove the Hi-Fi with back steering. Also, the performance is almost like ET7. It's so agile. This is really a big car, and you can feel this sporty. Also, the Hi-Fi Z, I think you also drove it. Some guy from you.
Yeah.
Gauche or something. It's Chinese name.
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay, so
yeah, so
I want to ask for in terms of as an engineer yourself, and in terms of build quality and everything, and you've owned a NIO for so many years, you've owned two NIOs now. How satisfied are you with the build quality of the car and just the overall engineering of the car?
actually, I'm very satisfied. I have no issues. My ES8 has one time, after maybe 3 months, there was a problem with the inverter. So they changed the inverter, but the car was even not stopped. There was just a red light on my dashboard. When I asked them what's happened, and they said, we need to change something. They check it, and I got a new inverter for free. This was the only issue I had. And for service issues, the car is also amazing. When you see the chassis underneath, first everything is totally flat. You see the suspension arms. You see only a little of them. They are almost packed in a very flat cover. This is from aerodynamic already amazing. And when you see this is all aluminium, this stuff looks like any high-class car from Germany. I know a little bit about cars, but because it's a little bit my hobby also before, I repair also a lot of cars. A friend of mine in Germany has a repair shop. And on the weekends, sometimes I just help him for fun, so to change some motors or whatever in cars. So this is it's a little bit my hobby, and also my family is related to rally driver. So I was as a kid also on the road, and was in the 70s, and so I have to clean the lights and the maybe the glasses, and they put some petrol in, and they're talking about this time there was the rally overnight. Now the rally was going the whole weekend. This was amazing. And then 2 hours sleeping sometimes. So I come from this side, so I know almost everything about cars and how to fix it, and I did it also many years. So when you see this car, when you see how it's done, when you drive it, how steep, how reliable, and then there is no issues, then when the service is amazing. When you have any problem, they just do it. Worry-free package, or you get a car when you have the maintenance. They take your car, give you another car, and bring the car back. It's for free. Okay, you have to pay for it, but you don't need to worry anything. So I like all this package, and for sure community around. So I don't want to change it because only the battery change service is already for me a point. I never want to give up this. So I will even not change to maybe a Tesla Plaid would be an idea to drive once, just for fun. But we can rent something like this, I think. I'm sure I will have the opportunity. So I will stay with NIO. It's pretty sure for me.
Wow, nice.
It's really hard to go back, isn't it, once you are used to battery swapping?
Yes, actually it is. And yes, now we doing a podcast here. I think many people from Western countries maybe have a look for this, and for sure it will take some time to have enough swap stations to make the journey really seamless. But the time will come, definitely, because this is one of the things what NIO is doing. Like all companies successful in China, successful companies in China, they all do the same way. Infrastructure first. And the infrastructure is the most important thing. And you can see here, the last year they built every day 2.5. This is the average, 2.5 new battery change stations. They opened every day, Saturday, Sunday, holiday, every day.
Wow. Yeah.
Also in average. Can you believe this? This is amazing.
Yeah.
And now we have all the stations now working 24 hours, manless, no people there. And if you have an issue, now when I was in Harbin by a minus 22 degree, I come back from a icy road and from snow road. So my battery have some problem. I feel it when the screwdriver go in, so you can already hear there's something wrong. So try 3 times, cannot work. I just want to call the number. Already a guy show up there because they are aware of this. So it's something under the car. Actually, I don't need to go out. It was maybe 10 minutes. So after the 2 try to take some snow away and ice with some special tool from outside, I don't need to leave the car. So it works, and I got a new battery, also by minus 22 degree. You can believe that sometimes there could be a problem when all the snow and ice underneath the car becomes solid or something. But it works. It works. I was in Harbin now, as this was also your topic today, I think. There was every day at least 17 minus degree, and I drove around about 2,000 kilometers there in this province, and snow roads, a dream, I tell you. 4-wheel drive on snow roads. And this 4-wheel drive is one of the best 4-wheel drives you can have. This is the same 4-wheel drive like Audi have, or maybe when you have the X-Drive from BMW. Also this is amazing. 2.5 tons. Even with the summer tires, I went in the snow, but you must be very careful for braking. But then NIO gave me the opportunity, before I didn't find this option, you can rent for 14 days set winter tires.
Wow.
For 1,080 RMB, this is maybe 150 euro. This is amazing. I couldn't believe it. I told them, is this really everything, including to mounting and put it back, and they wash your car, and they're looking for your wish water, for the water, bully shui, how it's called in English.
Washer
the
fluid.
windshield water. Yeah, the wiper water. Amazing. Just like a dream. It's unbelievable. So who want to change this? I think I don't know. You have experience in the cold weather. I think you are in Beijing, Mr. P. I think you know something about cold weather and the NIO.
Yeah, definitely. One time I got stuck for 40 minutes in the swap station because of ice buildup, and it was my experience was the technician was actually there, but it was more like the battery was frozen on, so that's why they had a little bit of problem. And it was very cold, so that's why, they kind of struggled a little bit, but afterwards it was absolutely fine. And just on your point about these service packages, I just want to add to that. Like NIO does have a lot of these little packages that NIO owners can choose and like pay for, that adds a lot of cool stuff to your ownership experience. Yeah, so that's pretty nice.
Exactly. It's also my experience, and I know a lot of guys. So before you talked about the camping, just from a friend, he bought this big tent. I got it for my ES8. I have also a mattress for ES8. You can go for camping, just put this big tent behind, and you can sleep also inside the car. It's no problem. So therefore, the old first ES8 is amazing for this. It's a 7-seater. You have like almost a flat bed there. It's totally flat, and it's 1.90 meter of 1.20 meter or something inside. It's pretty cool. I think EC6, Eric, you also did some camping, I think, and with the new car, I think you did in Germany.
I slept in the ET7 in Germany. That was not very comfortable. That was a bad idea. But EC6, no problem at all. I love the EC6.
Yes,
and the
ET7 is not a car you sleep comfortably inside.
No, not at all. The ET5 Touring was really good for sleeping, though. I like that too. That was cool.
And Frankie, you got two NIOs. Both of them, you bought it off with the battery, or you bought it with the BAS? Both of them bought off with the battery, or?
Now, I'm a big fan of this model to rent it, but in the beginning, when I bought my ES8, there was no option. In this moment, BAS was not started. So I bought my battery 70 kilowatt hours with my ES8, but I got the offer, and this time they already told me offer, if you get bigger batteries, you can buy it with a discount. Can buy the gap to the bigger battery and can upgrade, or you just pay for the upgrade yearly. So I pay now yearly, also with discount. So I pay 5,800 RMB per year, and therefore I can always use the 100 battery instead the 70. But the 70 is my own, so I can every time change back. But I buy it for 1 year, and then my girlfriend have 6 free changes per month, and I got the every time or lifetime free changes battery I took to my ET7. I can change this, as I can take it over, and I took it over.
So the unlimited swap, you keep it with your ET7, and then ES8 now is having a 6 swap.
Yes, because for sure I drive much more than my girlfriend. So you have to decide this. On the ET7 I have rented. Sorry, I didn't answer your question fully, because ET7 I rent the 100 battery. But today it's already like this. In this time, for 2 years ago, I got the ET7. It was not already implemented. You can every time upgrade. There was not enough battery and change station. But now it's like this. I would maybe even rent the smallest battery, 75, and then I would take an upgrade. When I go to a journey, I would just upgrade to 100 or 150 for this time. So this is totally amazing. So this is also, I can't understand how somebody talk about this is not good, because there are a lot of people, they say, this is not a good idea and whatever. I don't know. For me, it's totally logical thing, and absolutely, it's it's the best you can have. And you got new technology, because my first battery, what I bought in 2019, is already sorted out now from NIO. There are some in the system, but very few. And actually, I can use much better technology, and also you can feel it because you can drive much more kilometers in the same time. And also, when you go in cold area, I was with ES8 also by minus 26 degree on the way in Inner Mongolia 2 years ago. Yeah, you are a little blurry now.
Yeah, man, my camera is running away from me.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
okay. I love it. I think it's very, very, very good.
Cool. Frankie, I want to ask you a question. So when you went to Harbin, and I'm assuming you did a lot of battery swaps, did you enjoy the fact that you did not have to get out of the car and just sit inside the car and do your swaps and enjoy the nice AC inside the car? How was the
For
battery
sure.
swap experience in the cold weather? Yeah.
Very cool. Very good. In the cold weather, the experience was very cool. No, I want to say, I know it because it's not first time for me. I made a lot of journeys. Last year, I went to Yunnan, 3,700 kilometers or 3,200. And okay, that's warm. But this time I went to Harbin first time in the winter. No, actually I was with my ES8 also in Harbin in 2019 already. Just one people. And this time I went with my girlfriend to Harbin, 2,200 kilometers in 24 hours. So all together with all gaps and with all stops. The driving time is only, I think, 21 hours for more than 100 per hour. It was my average. It's amazing.
Wow.
For the driving time. And it was a little less than 24 hours altogether, with some stops also related to my girlfriend. You know, the ladies, sometimes they want to stop and they want to eat something, or they need to have some rest. So it's okay, because I don't want to break the record on this in this journey. I just want to enjoy my holidays. When I enjoy driving, for me, it is no problem. I drove almost everything, 150 kilometer. I know 180 kilometer on 1.5 hours. My girlfriend drove in the morning, maybe 4 o'clock, when it's the sun come out in the east there. And then I slept. And then after this, the next battery change, I went on the steering again. And on the way back, I drove everything. But we was also stopped in the morning, 6 o'clock, 500 kilometers before Suzhou. I needed also sleep 1.5 hours. There was about fog. It was the highway was closed. You know, in China they close the highway when there's very heavy fog. And then they let us go. We are in the right lane, almost in front. And then the police, morning 7 o'clock, after I slept 1.5 hours, suddenly police came and said, we want to clean up here the emergency lane. And when you want, you can go out. There's an exit half kilometer in front. So they let us go, and we can take the exit and go over the countryside the way back. But come back to your question. It's amazing. Yes, you drive in the night. It's outside is minus 10 degrees. You come to the highway service area, change your battery, don't leave the car, and drive ahead. It's my style. I know most people, they stop, go outside, go to toilet. They cannot even longer in the car than maybe 2 hours or 4 hours. But I made 2,000 kilometer challenge recently in December. I went to Tianjin. When I was sitting 1,000 kilometers in the car without leaving one time. Just to change 2 or 3 times battery, depend on how I started. And then I count the 1,000, and my customer is close to 1,050 or something in Tianjin.
Wow.
So I didn't leave the car.
Wow.
Change battery and change diaper, right?
No. in this case, I'm pretty good, I think. Still okay. No
So,
problem.
Frankie,
Hey,
another
I
question.
got some questions. Oh, okay, you go first.
Go ahead,
you go
Ting.
first.
So,
No,
after
I-
you've
I just
owned a
come
NIO
across
for so
one.
long, okay,
Sorry.
you go, Ting. All right, I'll go. So, after you've owned a NIO for so long, do you feel like you still have range anxiety? Like, do you still worry about where's the nearest charger or where's the nearest swap station, or none of that feeling at all? It's all very natural, just as if you're owning a gas car.
Yes, the feeling is like a gas car. I have no NEC or actually this word for me is a little hard.
Anxiety.
I don't
Range
have
anxiety.
anxiety. Yeah, I don't have this anxiety because I also
That's
never
nice.
worried. Many people, they are always worried about everything. I never worried about anything. I just go and then I have a try how it works. And it's a little more. There is a chance of adventure. So when I have the chance of adventure, so I like it. And I drive many times with 0% energy in the swap station. Many times.
Wow.
This is my style. When I see I can drive a little faster, I just give everything. If I see it's very tight, I will balance it with my pedal. So, but not
Wow.
switch off the Kungcha or something, also the aircon. So
Wow.
it's
Living on the edge.
for me it's just fun for sure. Driving is different. Because you need more. You need really, even you change battery, you need a more brakes. But for sure, when you take gas or petrol, I don't know how you call it. When you need to do this, sometimes you also need to line up and wait a lot of time. It's not so easy
Yeah.
sometimes. I know it with my Passat. How many times we went in some holidays there? It's not so. It's always totally free, and also to make a break sometimes is not a big issue. So from the time-wise, you can reach the same time, I think, like a petrol car. I don't think this is slower. If you can change battery. If you need a charge, definitely you can't reach this, not with NIO. And I also think even with supercharger, if you want to always have the peak of the charging speed, you can only charge maybe 40 kilowatt or something. So you need to stop all 150 kilometer or something. It's different. I also tested Model Y in Germany, and actually I like the car. It's all what you need, and it's a little simple, but it's doing a good job. It's from efficiency very nicely. When supercharger business is very cool, you just drive there, plug in, it works. Huh? So this is something also very good. But finally, I don't want to miss my NIO. This I like it actually more, to be honest, and also the quality is a little better, I think. But so I want to say, if you can change battery, this is just a thing you will never miss when you get used to it. When it is not in any way, how to say, uncomfortable or something.
Didn't you also drive a NIO in Germany as well, Frank?
Yes, I drove a ES8 from Norway. This was offered to me from NIO one time in the first time last year when I come after COVID to Germany, and this was a Norway model. When I always tried to get the 200 speed, and it can go 200, 170 kilometers, then you have to charge the ES8. On the ET7, I also drove about 2,500 kilometers. I could also change battery. It's same as here, I would say. It's just you can drive faster. And then ET7, maybe you can go 240 kilometers, 250 when you drive full power on the highway.
It's limited to 200.
Yes, it's limited to 200, both ES8 and also ET7.
Yeah.
But the NIO can go a long time on 200, and you can really drive with the other cars. They try a little racing. Okay, by 200 you need give up, but actually, to be honest, there are maybe 2 cars they overtake me in this time, no more, because it's just like this. It's going good. When you can hold the speed a long time before you get a little bit power less, because the battery heats up when you take full power longer than 10-15 minutes. But I think this is one of the best cars. I don't want to, as I heard a lot from other guys, they drive full power with electric car. I think 5 minutes, then it's most cars done. There are only several models like Porsche. I don't know, by Audi I cannot say, but maybe some Porsche is really good in this, or the best maybe. And I think Tesla is also very good. You can drive 220 with normal, and I did it with the normal dual motor, even not performance.
Do you have any insight
Wow.
as a German into some of the difficulties with power swap stations in Germany, Frank, or anything interesting you could share with us about German
No
culture?
problem. You can charge, you can swap your battery in Germany as same as China. You get even in Susma's house, and I always got a coffee for free. The guy disappeared during the swap and bring me a coffee, asked me what I want. I was really surprised. And you can have a nice talk there. The only thing, in Hilden, I come one time in Hilden, this I must say, when there's no operator, what I saw, the roller goes up, I finish, the roller goes down, and then I wait for a while, I want to see what's happened. Then the roller goes up, but no car comes. But there was no guy who shows up, but I know there are some guys. So I think they try in Germany also to implement no operator business, and then they will do the 24 hours, I hope, because the opening time in Germany is, in my opinion, also not suitable, because from some station is open from 9 to 7 or something, morning 9 to evening 7. I mean, on some weekend or holidays they close it, but I remember in China was also a long time not 24 hours. Many stations overnight not open, not opened, or now it's almost any station. Also, I don't know any station what is not 24 hours open here.
For sure.
Therefore, I think it need more time in Europe, because in Germany, as I know, there are already built 13 swap stations, but they need to wait very long time for a process to get a permit to open officially.
Yeah, well, somebody asked in the comments actually how many stations are there currently in Germany. So I'm taking a look at my charging map in Europe, and in Germany it looks like there's only 9 on the map right now, and currently it looks like 4 of them are under maintenance, which means there's only 5 open in Germany as of right now. But then if I look on the map, also, I don't know if you guys can see that, even in Netherlands, right nearby, there's 9 stations open right now currently in very tiny Netherlands. So Germany's, yeah.
Also, if I look, you see 4 in Germany are closed in the moment.
Yeah, and they're all under. 3 of them are under maintenance. 4 of them are under maintenance. Not just closed, under maintenance.
Yeah, under maintenance, they are several days sometime under maintenance, because they, as I heard, they implement some updates and upgrades to meet the requirements, because any province there, this is not a province, they have the counties or states there have different rules, and different people they want to fulfill this or this, and a lot of government need some certificates. Also in Germany, this is a little they have the argument like, if you here have public ground, and you want to open on public ground a change station, and only one brand can use it, this is not okay. So this is their how to say, they're talking. It's not easy for NIO to do it, I think.
I mean, NIO can tell them, hey, anybody can use it. You just have to make a car that's compatible, right? It's not.
Yes.
It's not NIO's fault. Nobody else does it.
Let's wait for 2 or 3 years. Actually, I think it will increase a lot, and Germany maybe need 50 or 20 to 50 when they are almost every time open. Then I think it is a big difference, and many people will appreciate it.
Yeah, you really miss a lot of the NIO experience if you are not able to swap your battery, I think.
Yeah, sure. But they got another battery type. They can charge up to 180 kilowatt.
Yeah.
The new battery type, and we don't have this in China. I think the fastest what I saw here is 120. But it's okay because to Harbin and back, I only charged in the countryside there on NIO chargers, always with 80 to 90 kilowatt. It was okay for me. And they have some cities there also in Heilongjiang. Some cities have also already changed stations, so it was very convenient. Actually, you don't want to miss it. It's just a must. When you know this one time and when you can have this with your car, it's just a thing you don't want to miss. And in Germany, I think it's very important, and also not only in Germany, in Europe, if NIO want to use this as a unique selling point, they have to do everything to bring this ahead, to make more infrastructure in swapping.
I agree.
But as you know from ET9, NIO will provide a special battery for ET9, a 120 kilowatt hour. I guess this is exclusive only for ET9. But this is not so high. It's only 84% in the height. Therefore, you have more space inside the car for your legs. You know the sitting position is a problem.
Yeah.
And already the battery change station generation 3 can be used for smaller batteries, as if they are not so high, not the same height. They can use for this because they will lift your car, including the battery. They don't have the lifter on the side, so they lift the car completely with battery. And therefore, it's not an issue when the battery is a little thinner or how to say, thicker. How to say this in English?
You got it.
Yeah,
thinner
thicker.
or thicker.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And I have the feeling that the ET9 will have only the 120 kilowatt battery with 960 volt Technic and 600 kilowatt peak charging speed. They will provide special charging piles for this, and they will, for sure, they will have exclusive this battery in the new generations 3 and 4, I guess. It's just my guess. For exchange, they will also have one battery or two I mean, ET9s will not be so many on the road. I think they will provide this exclusive for this car.
I think so.
What is your guess in this, guys?
I agree with you. I think you're right about that.
Okay, good. Okay, these are something we only can guess because it's not really released, these details.
Yeah, but we can speculate. I think your speculation is probably on point because I don't think they're going to be putting those batteries in the first gen station for sure, and probably not in the second. But the third gen, they've talked about how flexible they are. They can operate, or they can provide batteries for different brands, for the sub brand, for the NIO. So I think with the flexibility, definitely they'll be putting those batteries in 3rd gen for sure, and obviously the 4th gen. So I think you're right about that.
Yeah, on the battery change, you want to know something more about PSP?
I want to know,
think you
yeah.
didn't.
Tell us about that.
The PSP is the start to be able to leave during the swap the car and just go in the rest have a rest in the.
Sorry, Frank, can you tell us
area.
what PSP is first? Can you tell us what it stands for, if you know, so people aren't confused?
PSP states for power. No.
Is it power swap on pilot?
Power swap on pilot, yeah. But they
So
call it actually different. I saw that officially now is on your app you will see PSP, or on your car you will see PSP when you get this station. This is only on highways. The car will go from NOP plus directly to the swap station, and then it's the same as remote parking. You can choose with a button, I want to go out. So you push the button, the car will stop, and you can go out. The car will change battery and then parking in a parking area. When you finish with your rest, your whatever you do, you take your car and drive away, and your battery was changed totally remotely, autonomous, without you in the car. This is another option what they're working on, I'm pretty sure. I don't have the official code about the official thing, but I have already in the pilot group the software to do the NOP. Also I did it several times. You saw the video, maybe it's also in my channel. You drive out from NOP directly, you don't need to do anything. And after swap, you touch one button to start NOP again when the car drives out of the service area. And the whole thing, my fastest time was 7 minutes, the longest time 11 minutes when a car in front of me. Also, the car is waiting for this, make everything autonomously without my help. And it's amazing. And
so I have a question about that, Frank, real quick. When there's a car ahead of you and you're using the PSP, where does your car wait? Does it just wait by the station, or does it find a parking spot to wait in?
No, it was waiting in front, just, how to say, it was only happened one time. And then it was just waiting maybe 20 meters in front of the station. And 1 minute later, the car drove out already, so I can go in.
Can you tell us how you got to be one of the, what is it, like user navigator, right? Is that what it's called? No, that's in Europe.
Yeah.
How'd you get into this program?
It's Navigator. It's called Navigator.
Oh yeah, user navigator. User navigator.
Yeah.
So how did you get to be
Navigator
that?
group, and I'm a guy. I have from beginning with my ES8. There was also NOP available. This is not the same quality as you have for ET7 or NT2 cars, what is in Europe only available. But it was already NOP, and you can drive automatic on the highway. You put your hand on the steering wheel or some weight, and you just let it go. I have also videos in my channel already from 3 years ago. So I have 50,000 kilometers achieved with this. You get some badge in the app. And then with my ET7, it's the same. As soon they have available NOP, I used it from the first day, and I use it really frequently because I love it. And somebody from the team asked me one time whether I have time and want to join this group. This is actually Stephen Cho. He is the boss of this group, or how to say, the arranger or manager. He asked me, and then I was in. And from this time I'm in. And we get the software several weeks before release. This is then the user test. But I think I'm the only foreigner in this group. And
well, that's pretty cool. I really like that video that you posted about that. It was really interesting to watch. I wish I still had my car so I could take care of that sort of thing, try that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Have you guys got to try it at all, Mr. P or Ting? Have you guys tried it? The PSP?
The PSP is only available for some. Yeah, I was planning to try when I was planning to drive to NIO Day, because from Beijing to Xi'an, they are like maybe 2 stations that is open for it. but I didn't drive, so couldn't get a chance to try one. But it could be interesting to try.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, it make actually not many sense to drive automatic in the parking area, in the service area, and to change the battery autonomous and drive out. This is only a step to ensure later you can leave the car. This is the test phase for this. This is the preparation, because when you drive by self, it's not a big issue to drive by self to the station and just to start the swapping. But when this can work properly, or they can open it to more stations, then they can the next step implement. And this is already seen on. I think you also saw the video. There's an internal video go viral as it goes out, and we saw it in the night. The guy left the car, and the car was going for swap without driver. But there was a camera inside the car. So this is definitely, in my opinion, the next step, because this is the only thing what makes sense. So this is only a preparation now. This will maybe need another half year or maybe even a year until this will be implemented in more and more. And then you just leave the car, because they need to also think about where to parking the car. I think it cannot be randomly. It should be something prepared. And also not any service area is ready for this. So this would be an amazing step, and this is a really difference. And this makes absolutely sense to do like this way.
I remember, Frank, didn't you tell me before that you really like you enjoy driving the car, so you don't really have a need for autonomous driving, even though you have driven a lot of miles autonomously. But I think it was at NIO Day in Xi'an, you were saying that you do really look forward to being able to power swap autonomously, right? Is that what you said? Or was it somebody else? It might have been somebody else. Because I know you have driven a lot of autonomous miles.
Yes.
That's
Should
right.
I talk?
No, it's all right. Anybody could talk.
No, it's what I told you. This is actually when I bought the car, I said this is bullshit. I don't need autonomous driving. I drive by myself. I want to feel it. But actually, it is amazing. When I was also thinking you become maybe tired, but the opposite thing is the case. When you experience autonomous driving, even lane centering or something like this, this very LCC or something, a lane centering system, you are much more relaxed and you are not sleepy. This is unbelievably different as you think. It is in reality, it's absolutely different the experience. And I find it is totally amazing. This gives me ability to drive 24 hours in one time, and drive to hub in one without any stop between.
How much of your Harbin trip was autonomously?
I think 95%.
Wow.
Because
so
there are
2,100 kilometers.
Yeah. I have 33,000 kilometer NOP and 27,000 LCC driving. So this 61,000 kilometer from my 84,000 is already with assistant driven. So this is also in the city. I push the button all the time when I have a long street road. I just use the LCC if there are no NOP. And now you have with the system what we try now at the moment, we have already NOP in the city, so you can stop on the red light without a car in front. It's also amazing. Before you're always looking for a car in front, then you don't need to use the pedal, because I don't like to use the pedals. But for sure, I have two buttons and I can start Sport Plus every time. When it's necessary, I will not drive NOP and I will have some fun, for sure. And maybe in the countryside.
That's always good time.
Yeah, so I recommend to everybody who never tried this, try out autonomous driving, try out assistance systems. It is totally, the experience is absolutely different as what you expect if you don't know it. This is my opinion, or my, how to say, my tip. What about you guys?
I personally, I like autonomous driving, especially on the highway. Like when I drove to Yunnan in October, most of that trip was also on the highway autonomously. But yeah, I also like to drive when I was on the country roads in Yunnan, out on the border with Myanmar, just cruising through the hills and whipping around the turns. It was awesome. I love driving the car as well. But I totally agree with you. Exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, it is very convenient. Like if you're on the highway, you don't have to stay focused that much. You just have to watch over the car more like a guardian instead of actively driving it. So it is a lot more like easier on your, I guess, stress. It's less stressful, and you can definitely drive for longer hours with NIO Pilot and NIO Navigate on Pilot. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Actually, I did the longest live stream on my channel, almost 10 hours. It was on NOP Plus, maybe 80% of it. That's why I can talk while I was driving. And I did try swapping the battery with me outside the driver's seat too. The last swap of the trip, it was working okay. So I'm sure that in the future, the PSP and the battery swap while the driver is outside of the car and the car just reverse parking itself and does its things. It's coming for sure.
How did you start the swap if you were outside the car?
Aha! Go and check my channel. No, I'm kidding.
Nah.
So actually, you can you can leave the window down, right? You get out of the car, you close the door, and then you just reach and hit the button when yourself is outside the car, and then just walk out. That's it.
But there are
And then,
sensors inside the station that they might sense you moving around while the battery swap is ongoing.
And you just
So
need
you have to get out
walk
quick.
out of the tray. Yeah, there's a tray beside the car, in which the when it start opening up, right? That place you should stay clear. So there should not be anyone around. So once you hit the start button, it start checking the car is in neutral, the steering wheel is straight up and everything. During that time, just walk out of the station, and then it's all good.
For sure. So what do you guys want to do? You want to get into questions? I'm sure we have a lot in here.
Yeah, actually, I was gonna ask when Frank was telling us that he got the BAS for ET7, right? And since he's getting ET9, so ET7 will be out. I mean, you plan to sell it. So Theo also want to check whether the BAS contract can be sort of like a transfer to those individuals who bought the car from you. I mean, at least in Europe you can do it, but I'm pretty sure in China it's slightly different.
This question, I don't know. Actually, I never think about this because it's not ahead of me now. I will think about when I'm selling the car, what's going on here. But to Europe, I don't think so. I even think between Europe and China, now I think the only thing you can exchange is points, as I know. Maybe you can use your points now. I heard this. Even the points have different value, in my opinion. But that you can put the rights from China to Germany, I don't think so, because in China you can own a battery and can also use swap. In Germany it's totally different because the rules and the laws are different. So I think it will not work to do this way.
I see.
Yeah, definitely. I think transferring between China and anywhere outside is probably not going to happen. Yeah. And also, yeah, BAS contract transferring between people, I don't think I think it's very hard, and I think that's something that only NIO can do. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what will happen if I would sell my car. But you sold cars already.
I sold my car back to NIO back when they were, I guess, buying it a lot more easily. So that was no problem for me. But I think the question, I don't know if we answered it correctly or not. It says, can you say anything about the difference in the contracts between Europe and China? Not that if they can be transferred between Europe and China. Like, what's the difference for a BAS user? What rights do they have that are different in Europe and China, if any, that we know of? I don't know any.
I think for basics, like Frank said, here in China, you don't have to buy the car with BAS to be able to battery swap. So you can own the battery or rent the battery, and you can all do swaps. And then I think the warranty is also kind of different, because if you have BAS in Europe, you get a longer warranty, whereas here in China, the warranty has nothing to do with BAS. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. Or Frank, do you have anything to add on to that?
Actually not. I just enjoy like it is, and I never read the contracts because this is too much things for me. I have some questions, and I tell them, please tell me the truth. If I ever get out, this is not the truth what you told me, I'm angry. If you tell me the truth, it's all okay. And then I just do it. This is too much for me to go deeply in these things, because it's not in this moment not really something I have to worry about. So I will see when I sell the car, and I will check it out. What is the rights, or what is this? So sorry for this, I cannot say too much.
And honestly, for me, like, I don't know either the BAS, like the different technicalities or anything, but for me in Europe, I would just subscribe to the car anyway. I wouldn't even buy the car. That's me personally. Like, I did subscribe to the car when I was in Europe, but I think it's such a, like, they didn't present it very well initially, and maybe the prices are too high, but just the flexibility of being able to like change different cars, and you get power swapping, and you don't have to worry about the BAS contract or reselling it or any of that stuff. I think flexible subscription is actually a really great idea and great program. So I didn't look at the BAS contract either, because I had nothing to do with that when I had a car in Europe. So.
But Eric, how was your experience with the personalization? Did you get the rights for the car to see and to control the car from outside, when everything is back to your adjustments when you open the car?
With the subscription?
Yes, because when you have
I think it doesn't.
Car from Sixt or something, I think they have.
No, I subscribed. I subscribed directly from NIO, because when they launched, they weren't even selling cars. Remember, they had that really kind of awkward launch event where they didn't explain very clearly what they were doing, but they only did subscriptions initially, and I just subscribed for 1 month directly from NIO, and so I had the app, I had access to everything. There was only like 2 power swap stations open, so I only swapped 1 time, but I had access to everything that NIO offers. Any more questions, Ting? I haven't looked through them all yet.
Yeah, there are actually quite a few. Some of the, probably your friend, huh, Frank? Dirk.
Yeah. Ja. Ach, Dirk. Ja. Grüße zurück.
Some questions from the US though. The sub-brand. Why would a buyer would choose it over any other very cheap gadget? Well, to me, I still think that the battery swap on the sub-brand is still a game changer for those type of the price. Because with that price, they still have a limited choices around, right? At least in China. I don't know about you guys, but the infrastructure is a key thing here.
In terms of like battery as a service, like if the price is still like 1,000 RMB a month, same as NIO, what is it? It starts at 980, right, for the 75 kilowatt hour. I think that, like, I don't really like that business kind of plan for cheaper cars necessarily, because a person buying a cheaper car probably might not necessarily have the budget for 1,000 RMB extra per month just to rent a battery. I don't know. I talked about that before. I feel like BAS is better for expensive, higher level cars. But why would somebody buy a sub-brand car we don't even know what gadgets or anything else are in the car yet. So it's hard to answer that question from my perspective currently.
All right, so I'll answer that question. So the CEO, William Lee, he did say that for the sub brand, they're gonna add like just everything that they can, and it's gonna be gadget filled as well, because they detracted from NIO brand. They don't really have to worry about their car being better than the ET5 or being better than whatever, right? So they can just focus on building a very good car with lots of gadgets at that price point, with everything that you could want. All right, minus maybe the luxuriousness. So all the tech and everything that you would want as a Tesla competitor, and it would be a pretty good car. And plus, you can do battery swap. So it's not gonna be like a cheap car. Like they're not gonna cheap out. All right, they're gonna add like lots of stuff to it, according to what the CEO said. And what the CEO said is like. They said in Chinese that they're gonna like basically a slang term, go shirtless then fist first. So basically, they're gonna like fight basically. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, hopefully that answers the question. So people will definitely buy the car for the battery swap, but also if you take away the battery swap, it's still gonna be a fantastic car. Okay, so that's the thing.
Yep.
Cool.
You must also say the most people, they don't drive so far, and they can charge maybe. Also, more and more people I know, they have now also a home charger here in China, and maybe it opened up more, and then you don't need these options too much. It's just when you want to go to vacation, then it's very easy. Not also heavy driver like me and some other guys here. I don't know how much you drive, but I think also for the sub brands the same thing will arrive. And as I know, also the other brands they make contracts with how to say collaborations with Geely and with Chang'an and so on. NIO they will build separate networks, I think, together. So how it works later, actually, it's not announced now.
We also do get some confirmation that in the Netherlands you can still transfer the BAS contract to the new private owner. You spell that, yeah. Also, yeah, he's also did the subscription, but you cannot change the name of the car.
But that's not a big deal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you want you change your wife's and then you want the wife's name to be the name of the car and it's no longer available for you to change. Yeah?
Just change your wife's name.
You can change that.
Yeah.
Any more questions?
And the sub brand turns out to be much better value than the NIO cars. Would that cannibalize the main brand?
It's definitely going to be more value than NIO brand, right? Because it's that's what they're aiming for, value. So will it cannibalize main brand? I think people will still want a NIO, no? Because it's different. Like NIO, you still have the service, the NIO house, you get access to more swap stations. With the sub brand, it's just going to be like the service is not going to be the same. No NIO house. You have swap stations, but only some. The ones that are going to be like public and like the newer ones. So it's different. Like it's like the premium brand and the lower brand. So yeah, the lower brand is always going to be value. So yeah, but I think people will still aspire for buying a NIO if their budget allows. Yeah.
Yeah, presumably the sub brand will just be like you're just buying a car, whereas when you buy a NIO, you get the whole ecosystem, right?
Yes, you get a service, you get a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
other
also,
NIO ecosystem would still be available to the NIO brand, right? I think
Yeah.
those other ecosystem where only NIO user is using right now. For the sub brand, maybe they can get only the part of it, maybe not all.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Like the NIO house, could they visit NIO house?
Definitely
Um,
not.
yeah, could
Maybe
be
they give them.
yeah, slightly different.
Maybe they give them like one free entry per year or something to see what they're missing out on.
Yeah,
in Europe, you can anyway. Everybody can join the NIO House Coffee or
Yeah.
something.
yeah.
All right, next question.
Let me scroll back up if I missed some of them.
There's one that somebody says, would you think the U.S. government will allow investors to get rich with a Chinese stock on the U.S.
I
stock
saw that
exchange?
one. Yeah, I'm not sure whether we would like to touch on that part.
I mean, I'll answer it this way, even though I'm probably not qualified to answer this question. But my answer is the U.S. will allow anybody to get rich as long as they get their cut. So if you're paying your taxes on it, they don't care.
yeah.
Yes.
Some interesting fact here. I saw one of the video as well, right? Like over there in Chicago, he said like minus 20 degrees Celsius, and there was
And there
the
was like,
issue charging. Yeah, the supercharging for the Tesla supercharge cannot even charge the car, right? At least you need to have like appropriate preheating into the battery first until you can get it charged like with up to the speed that you want. It becomes great fast. That's a little bit of a
But yeah, I saw that video as well. Yeah, it is a graveyard. Like basically the cars they're dead, right? So that's why graveyard. But yeah, like with Ting's point, with colder weather, the charging is very slow. So battery swap, I mean, you get it done in 5 minutes regardless of the weather. So it's always going to be like a better experience. And with that cold weather, like and Frankie, he talked about how with swap, you just swap and go. You don't have to get out of the car. It's warm inside the car, right? In negative 20-degree weather, you have to get out of the car, grab the freezing charger. Hopefully, the charger doesn't freeze onto your hand, and then hopefully it works, right? So it's definitely a lot different experience, right? So yeah, hopefully soon, one day, Chicago might get battery swap stations.
probably not
Hopefully.
soon.
by
But yeah,
Tesla,
one
Fingers
day.
crossed.
like Tesla battery swap.
Tesla.
But
No.
I think, in my opinion, they need maybe they have also a little low quality there. I can't believe it because I was with ES8 in the Citroen of the high plateau with the first battery. I was in Harbin in 2019 in November. It was also minus 5, 6 in this time. I was in with my ES8 in Inner Mongolia by 26-degree minus, and there was just in Hohhot a change station, and I have to charge a lot. Actually, I didn't get big issues. I cannot remember there was any issue. For sure, sometimes you get only maybe 50 kilowatt charging speed, but I mean, you sit in the car is warm, you listen to some music or check out your phone, YouTube. The hour is so fast gone. So okay, if you're not under pressure, it doesn't matter. For sure, if you need to do business, then it's not so nice thing. But I could not I cannot really say that I have any issues with cold weather until now. I don't know why many people talk about they have so much problem.
Well, American infrastructure is not the best.
Yeah, it's maybe more functional, not so how to say redundant.
Yeah.
If you talk EV in the US, everyone will just think of Tesla, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Pretty much.
So if that is the EV for the whole country, their solution is the solution for the whole country, and if they still limit to only supercharge, then that is the solution they have at the moment, regardless of what weather they have, right? So they will just need to make sure, like during the winter, maybe they tweak the preheating, even though the user doesn't need it. I don't know, but then just get ready to get a complaint, right? Like, how come I lose 20 miles for the whole night because the battery keep warming, for example?
Yeah.
It's just tough to. Since solution is only one, there's only one solution there: home charge or supercharge. For NIO, we have home charge, NIO DC charge, any other DC charge, and battery swap, right? So we got the option to suit our needs. Like, you don't need to swap all the time. If you have the home charging, you can charge it too. Yeah, Frankie.
NIO has another option. Or I didn't hear it when you said it. You can order the milk truck. They call it milk truck. They will come with a small truck, like in your picture behind, and there's a double battery, and they will charge you with 60 kilowatt. Actually, I use this. I used it several times when I have in the beginning when I drove my ES8. When I went to Shanghai Pudong, there's no change station, and maybe I have a business trip there. It's 120 kilometer. I cannot come back with my 70 battery. So I ordered this business. It was also several times, 12 times a year for free, and otherwise 180 RMB. And then they will come in the time you charge your car. You have your business appointment or your meeting. And when you come back from your meeting, your car is charged. And one time I was in the countryside, also in a hotel, but there was no charger around. So I just ordered this car, and the night this guy come and charge my car. It's also an option. Only NIO has this, and they also offer this to other brands. But till now, the infrastructure is so good. I didn't see so much people use it. But I used it several times, and it was very helpful as well.
Yeah, I did too, Frankie. I used it 3 times, and it very, very good service. But yeah, like you said, now you don't really need it anymore because everywhere has charging piles.
Yes.
Next question.
I have one, which is like probably isn't a good idea for NIO to enter the US until it's more established in China, in his opinion. Plus profitable. Lots of biases against Chinese brand, and NIO need to still invest in a lot more building swap station and all.
Yeah, we talked about this, I think, last time or one of the previous times. It's probably not a good time right now to enter.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah, they probably will have to build a factory there, probably. Otherwise, the tariffs will be pretty expensive.
Probably Mexico, yeah.
That might also mean a lot of money to spend to expand to the U.S. So I don't think they're ready for that. And recently, during one of the CEO talk downs with a lot of the NIO owners, he said that the U.S. expansion plan keeps on being pushed back. So he did say that, yeah. But they're going to the UAE, in 4 or 5 months. So that's pretty nice. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard this, but I almost forgot. I think they will also enter more countries in Europe, and they will first, I think, make this battlefield successful. And also, they have a lot of more plans in China and to invest a lot. This means they need to concentrate on these things and set some priorities. In this case, I think the US will be maybe a project after 25, in my opinion.
I think so too. Ting, there's a question. It says, can you post a swap station map link for Europe? Or is it available only in the app? So I actually have that. I'm going to send it in the private chat real quick. It's on their website, and I just sent it in our private chat, but I put the link So it's not just on the app; it's also on the website. Please share that, Ting.
Yeah, I send to all of the. Oh, sorry. I'll send to all of the channels that on live stream right now. Yeah, it's
There.
under the NIO.com, right?
Yeah, NIO.com/DE
/the_DE.
_DE.
Yeah.
And you can go, scroll down and you can find the power map on there. So you can see that on the website, not just the app.
Yeah. For the
Thank you, sir.
Tesla station. Yeah.
No problem, Red.
There's another one follow up on the sub brand thing. So how often do we, like user in China, switch the car, the brand? For example, if you buy a BYD today and they see the new sub brand later and like it, how likely or easy to switch brand? Is it common?
I can't speak for anybody else, but yeah, Ting, you switch brands. I know a lot of people that buy a lot of cars in China, like wealthy people, and they usually have multiple brands. I know Mr. P also knows a rich person that has 23 NIO, so you know, it's hard to generalize, I would say.
Yeah, it really depends. Yeah, I mean, most people, they have it at least like 3-4 years minimum, right? But some people, they might just switch it after 1 year, right? Some people might switch it after half a year if they don't like the car. Some people buy a car for their wife and their wife doesn't like it. I've seen some videos where some Li Autos were sold. Yeah, and yeah, some people, they drive their cars forever, right? So yeah. You can't really say.
The switch brand, it
only also need
some of the box, yeah. Then you would switch eventually. Sorry, go ahead, Frank.
Yes, I mean, when I remember 12 years ago, there's almost 10% on the street in China. Our company opened 10 years ago. I go with this company where I am now. We have 3 cars outside of the company. Now we have 2 less parking space. We have 5 or 6 Teslas in the company, an Audi e-tron, 2 NIOs, and a lot of other cars for sure. I mean, it is amazing how much this increased. The whole business for cars and selling business and the behavior business for cars is totally still developing in China very much. You cannot say they have this or this behavior. They are very concerned about a luxury car and also to show up with a very nice car. They like a sofa a little bit to be with the whole family in the car, and they like to have luxury. I said already. So, but they have a lot of worry about to reach a destination. I have the feeling because they sell so much Li Xiang cars with the extender. So I think that the whole development and behavior of buying cars is under developing. It's not there's not a real clear habit now in the moment. Also, personalization now starts just. They have a lot of tuning now pops up, and also police become stronger now. It's not allowed everything anymore. So, in my opinion, there's a lot of movement in the market.
Everything moves fast in China.
This is something, as we all know, like, you know, we know that why China is still able to sell so many cars in China with such a great competition from all the various Chinese brands with cheaper and better offering. Strange, China is still able to sell so many. Well,
Tesla's
go
loud.
first.
Why don't you go first? You go first, the Tesla owner.
Oh, Ting, okay, go for it.
Yeah, I bought my Tesla. The first one was 7 years ago, right? So at that time, the most compelling brand in China was still Tesla. And since Tesla opened up their open patent in 2014, a lot of Chinese startups catching on, right? And then you have a lot more options coming in. So now in the market, if there wouldn't be any other Chinese brand at all, China would be even more successful compared to now. They may sell maybe double of what they're selling today if we do not have any Chinese brand at all. That's my opinion, right? But now, at least the Chinese brand as a whole took a majority chunk of the whole market, at least. Yeah, Tesla is selling pretty well in China, but they could have done much better if there's no Chinese brand at all. That's for sure. I think that's my opinion.
Eric?
Yeah, sure. Like I said, like Tesla's Lao Da, they're like the OG, right, for EVs. But yeah, in my opinion, Chinese people still, generally speaking, they still really like foreign brands, and they think having a foreign brand is a good thing, whether it's a car or a bag or a phone or anything. Like, you know, it's changing slowly, actually. Like, people do kind of like Chinese brands now in China, but it's not anything close to, like, you don't really get like you don't get a lot of respect simply by buying a Chinese brand, which you maybe not necessarily don't get that either by buying a foreign brand. But a lot of people will still also probably think like, oh, you got an American brand, you got a foreign brand, that's pretty cool, that's good, right? So that's just my thoughts.
Yeah, I agree with all that. A lot of people want foreign brands. And also, I think the most important thing is a lot of people here in China worship Elon Musk because he also builds rockets. And people think that, you know, if he can build rockets so well, like, of course, they can do cars very well. And also, he has so many companies, so people tend to, like, really worship him and like him. So that's a big reason that a lot of people like Tesla. And also, probably because that they were the pioneers, like you guys all said, the OG, yeah, the first electric car, the mainstream electric car out there. And also, I guess they have really good performance, right? Acceleration and such, and people like that kind of stuff. So mostly, I think, in my opinion, people like Elon Musk a lot, and also his political stance towards China and Taiwan is more favored in China.
Yeah,
So that pisses off a lot of Americans, but Chinese people love that. Yeah,
that's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Frank,
Yes, me too.
you got anything to add?
I love. I like Musk very much, Elon Musk. So therefore,
Cancelled.
I was also a big fan from Tesla from beginning, because it's a nice piece of technology, and to dare to do this thing, this was amazing, and this to fulfill this, to make this dream in a reality, it's just unbelievable how he got this running. And actually, I'm a guy. I think maybe Corvette, and it's one of the cars from America you can consider. There's not so much. So we will, as a German, we will say, naja, and they build a car from scratch, and this car is also in perspective of safety and so on. It's really a benchmark. So I was really amazed at how they can do this, and this is engineering in his best and finest, I think. Even the car now they focus with Model 3 and Model Y more on good price, and they have to do it, because when you want to sell the car without subsidize, you have to make the car cheaper. So you have to simplify things. And we in engineering, we always say, we very appreciate this idea. The best part in your design is the part you don't need. This is also a Musk quote. So these are things, they are very obviously very clear, very logical. Therefore, I think without Tesla, we will not have this kind of business now for electric cars.
It would be different, that's for sure.
True.
Just let's see how it's going. So,
just for contrast here, right? 7 years ago, if you compare, like, you get the Tesla either Model S or Model X, you can run at least you can drive 300 plus kilometers per charge. Compared to the Chinese brand at the time, you can only drive for 120 up to 150 kilometers per charge 7 years ago. But look at the pace right now, right? If I can compare currently nowadays, if I compare just the ADAS function, autonomous and the driving system, Tesla in China is really far behind. Sadly to say, but it is really far behind. My EAP enhanced autopilot can hardly do what NIO NOP Plus does. It's just straight flag, yeah. Like China's Tesla still much behind, far behind the Chinese brand on autonomous. But they still sell okay, huh? So
actually, somebody else?
Go for
it. For the autonomous, it's another thing. It's everybody want to drive in the city autonomous, but I think the most, as maybe 90% people don't use it. Therefore, it is also a preparation for the future. I think it's like PSP for the swapping. It's just a preparation for a future, and there are some people they really like to do it, to check it out, but there's still, I think it's not leveled in this moment who will be the winner or who is on top when cars can communicate with each other and so on. And as I know, also Tesla opened his patents, and everybody can also participate in this knowledge. And it's also a logic approach to say we have two eyes, and when we can do this, a computer should also can do this with cameras only. But for sure, it's a different, how to say, approach to the technique, and then we will see what is in the end winning, or what will be the most selling brand, or what will be the most selling technology in this field. I'm not sure about, maybe in some years nobody cares about autonomous driving. I'm not 100% sure this is the future. You will drive around with a car without driver. Only taxis and Didis will maybe not have drivers, I think.
Yeah, if you recall, Elon Musk said that you can be a superhuman with only a good vision. No radar, nothing. You can be superhuman, right? But what if it's pitch black and then your superhuman camera cannot see anything, and you don't have any redundant sensor to verify what the hell is this, right?
Yeah, camera needs light.
Too smart sometimes it's difficult for the user, like stupid user like me. I cannot understand. So.
Yep. All right. Any more questions before we get out of here tonight?
Not mostly our viewers are chatting, but I do agree that the NIO do need to advertise more on battery swap. I saw some comments around that they sure need to let the people know that it's not for degradation. Then you swap. It's for usage. Like regular usage. So some might only understand that, yeah, when your battery gone bad, you keep charging daily use for a year and then you just go swap for a fresh one. But it's not like that, right? You swap on the go. You swap as if you are using the same as gasoline car, right? So I think this message need to be understood by many who doubt. Yeah. I do not have any. Let me scroll through. You guys should help me too, yeah. In case
I'm looking right now if we missed any questions. I see Red also told me that I should buy a NIO with the discounts on offer right now, and I'll say I have no need for a car right now, but maybe in the future.
Yeah. What was the price when you sold it off? I forgot. I thought I watched one of your video, but how was the price when you sold it back to NIO, Eric?
I sold it back for like 310,000, I think. I bought it for 420, something like that.
Oh,
so I lost like 100K.
That's really good.
Really good.
Yeah, I only had the car for like
a
year and a half. So.
Wow, that's good. That's a good depreciation.
I think something like that. Probably not exact, but something like that.
Wow.
Still good, man. Still good. less than 30% plus. That's good.
But then I put like 20 of that K into NIO stock. So, oops.
Oh, okay.
This was too late, I think.
Yeah. It was at like 22 or something then. So, oh well.
Okay, there's one worth looking at it. So a follow-up question from before: what would be a good price for Alps to enter that market and sustain the market share among all others? Avatar, Neta, Geely. Avatar is expensive, by the way. So Alps must be much cheaper than that. Geely, BYD, and Lee. You know, that creates mid-class car segment, pure extended. Sub 200K RMB. You think it can go as low as 150?
Depends on what they're putting in it. We got to see the car.
Yeah, 150, nothing, no high-tech stuff. Just like able to swap battery and like use on road trip, whatever, as if it's a gasoline used car, like, you know, the car for driving.
I mean, if they could get there and have a decent design at that price point, I think that'd be killer. But I don't think they're going to be anywhere near that. But that's just my feeling. Mr. P, you probably have a better idea of the price, right?
They're aiming for Model 3. So they're aiming for the bestseller cars. So definitely it's the Model 3. So it's probably going to be like 200K starting price ish. And that's what they're going to. Yeah. That's what they're probably going to aim for. And if you look at like Zeekr 007, also around that price. So probably 200K. They might dip their toes below that, maybe like 180K. But I don't think we're going to see like way too cheap. Probably like 200K. Yeah.
You think they're going to come up with the dual motor variants? Or it's just pure single motor now?
They're probably going to offer like everything, like dual motor, single motor. Yeah. Big, like, yeah, longer range, definitely. Shorter range. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see another question or a statement from Stig. I think he's a user in Norway, if I'm not mistaken. He says that he notices the charging map now includes third-party chargers for some additional countries like UK, Ireland, France, Belgium, Switzerland, Austria, and Italy. Actually, Stig, when I was a subscriber in Germany, the charging map also had third-party chargers that were in the network that you could use with the RFID card that they provided. It did have that in some of those countries. I didn't check UK, but like when I went to Slovenia and Croatia and Belgium, that they were already on the NIO app, but I'm not sure if UK is new or Ireland is new and that sort of thing. So, or if it was only for Germany, could have been a different map. So, but yeah, if they are adding countries, that's good to see. Why Spain and Finland? I have no idea. Maybe soon. Maybe with their sub brand Firefly.
Can I bring up one statement here and maybe just a quick discussion around it? Where it was said, Elon give you a fair chance to compete. The Cybertruck and Roadster has been out there for 4 years, but no one seems to be able to compete. Okay, who go first? I can take some takes on the Roadster thing, but Cybertruck is the beast on its own, right? So I go on the Roadster.
Go ahead.
So the Roadster in China, we are now having the Hyper EV, right? Both of the one from BYD Yangwang U9, that's one. The other one is the Hyper SSR, which is also sort of like a Roadster type EV. Some of the NIO user in the group already did try the test drive on that thing too. So the highest top spec of the SSR is actually can reach 0 to 60 in 1.9 or something like that. So spec wise, it's like we never seen the Roadster on the road like Tesla Roadster 2. We only saw on the launch like 4 years ago, right? But we don't don't see the production car yet. I don't know whether when it's gonna come out. Maybe they would go and grab the Model Y market, like become a bestseller in the world, printing money first or whatever, make a profit first, and then maybe those roadsters will be out to the road. But in China, they do have a production car available, and you can actually reserve it and get it delivered next month. So yeah, it's out before the roadster. But Cybertruck, I don't see the point in China here, because the truck in China got a lot of limitation, as we discussed last episode, right? 15 years, then you need to like totally total it, or junk it, something like that. The regulation doesn't change, then why invest it, right? If the regulation is clear, maybe they would put some investment to it.
Plus, we've already got the Cybertruck. I hear we've got the Li Auto Mega. It's basically a Cybertruck.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure which one's uglier.
Let's not bully any of those. I do like both.
Yeah. No, Mega looked all right in person. It looked okay in person. I thought it was okay, not as bad as pictures.
Yeah. Well, Charles also did ask, do you think the sub-brand would take for attack for price war? Look at if Mr. P is right on the Model 3 price range, we may not be the one that like generate the price war, right? It's like the price war is there already. So I don't know.
Well, if the CEO said they're gonna go shirtless and fist first, then you can expect price cuts and all sorts of violent incentives and all sorts of stuff to get market share. So yeah, it's gonna be a very competitive fight. Yeah.
Yep. Let's hope that this fight they come out strong.
Yeah.
I see a lot of the charging map, the one that they're referring to. They got a lot of country in the European region, right? Because I think European, they drive across the country in Schengen state. You can go like almost everywhere, where it still support the same CCS Type 2 standard.
Yeah.
So you can actually drive across everywhere. So the third-party charger, or even, I don't know whether NIO would open, might not be, would open at least the charger on various country, not the swap station, just the charger, the DC charger.
I think they do.
As the power company, yeah. I don't know whether it's worth to look into that part or not, but investment will be much less compared to building the battery swap station. And then when they roll out or they launch officially in that market, then they can expand infrastructure, adding the swap station. But charger is like anyone can use, right? Swap station is only NIO can use. So to be able to have the brand imprint into those users' mind, maybe charger is a good deal there. I don't know.
So Ting,
can you leave China with your car? I don't think so for a private car.
You can drive to Thailand and Laos if you have to get like a pass or something.
The China car would still need to have the adapter. You need to change the CCS Type 2 or whatever the plug into the GB, right? So depending on where you drive to, like if you drive to Thailand is adopting the Type 2 and CCS combo. So you need to have that huge adapter to plug in from the charger and then plug into the GB. Yeah. So the Chinese car export directly from China. If it doesn't build for the export market, then it will come with the GB, the two head thing. For NIO is only one head DC, so you still need to have adapter if it arrive on that European country. Using Eric.
I was just saying that there's a few questions, but I think we can save them for next time. I think we're at 2 hours. I don't know if you guys are cool with dropping it here, but again, it's my bedtime, so I don't want to go for it.
I can feel you guys are yawning.
Let's call it a day.
And we'll note these questions. Like I see another one from Red, and somebody asked about streaming on Twitter and things like that. So we're going to take note of these questions, and we will come back with them next time. And remember, if you have other questions, you can email us or drop comments on our videos, etc., etc. So thanks everybody, and thanks Frankie for being here. Everybody go check
Thank
out
you
his
so much,
channel.
Frankie.
Thank you, Frankie.
Thank you guys to give me the opportunity. And
Go subscribe.
it was my
subscribe his
pleasure.
channel there,
And
man.
maybe we see again sometime, guys.
For sure.
For sure,
Thank
we
you.
do. Thank you.
Thanks,
thank
guys.
You. Thank you very much.
Have a good night.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night, and then I'll see you in the
Good
next
night.
episode. Good night.
Good night.
Bye, guys.